Hello, Samson here. In today's book review, during the week I was reading Thomas Sowell's Discrimination and Disparities, a nice book that has to look at how economists classify different groups and races of people and how discrimination is done from the book itself. But that is not the issue of today's review. In today's review, I'm looking at Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. One of those best books on finances that you really need to read. And someone recommended reading it 9 times to me when I had told him I just read Napoleon Hill's book like the first time. And then for me to do a review on it, I've read it like this is the second time. Yeah, so probably in the future I might read it more and more in order to get a lot of insights which the book has itself. But there are like 13 fundamental principles in the book that Hugh actually brings to life, talking about finances and how you can reach a level of financial freedom that you want and how you will be able to handle and control your finances. So instead of sharing the 13 principles to stimulate the thirst and hunger for reading in you, I am going to give like 6 principles of what Napoleon Hughes brings out in the book. So he calls them the principles towards riches. All right, diving right into it. Principle number one is you are supposed to have a burning desire if you really want to be rich. So have a burning desire. So the starting point of all achievements is simply having a desire. So you need to be definite about that which you want and then define exactly how you want it to be and then establish a date after you've written down your plans as in to when you want to get that thing done for you or when you want to reach a certain level of income. Away from that, you create a definite plan of action. So you're following through after setting a date on when you want to reach a specific amount of income that you want to have and cash flow that you need. And then from there, you are also supposed to be reviewing whether you're following through your plans and everything that you have been doing in the actual sense. So have a burning desire for success. That is the starting point of any achievement. Principle number two towards riches is faith. Hebrews 11 verse 1 says, if I'm quoting the Bible correctly, to have faith is to be sure of the things you hope for and to be certain about the things that you can't see. That is in the Good News version. From the King James, it says, faith is the substance of the things hoped for and the certainty of the things that are unseen. So then, visualization of and belief in the attainment or achievement of your desire is what is embedded in what we can refer to as faith. I love how Vusi Tembekwayo quotes Nelson Mandela's definition of faith, where he says faith is the ability to believe in the impossible and to see the invisible. So the ability to believe in what is impossible and to see the invisible. So a prerequisite or a principle toward riches, if you and I want to really become rich, then definitely faith is a substance that is going to help. Principle number three toward riches is autosuggestion. So the medium for information, where your information goes, is the subconscious mind. So the subconscious cannot differentiate between what is and what is not. So whatever you feed in yourself most of the times is at a certain point going to automate itself into a principle that he will cause auto suggestion. So these are suggestions that are self-administered, as mentioned earlier on. So it is another principle that is really going to help in order to create and achieve riches. Number four, a principle toward riches is specialized knowledge. So personal experience and then observation from other people have specialized knowledge. I love how Brian Tracy says, rather quoting him from the book, the Million Dollar Habits. So he says, when you read for like 30 to 60 minutes in a day, it's going to be equivalent to like one book a week, of which when we multiply that by 52 weeks in a year, we are going to read about 50 to 52 books in a year, which he says is equivalent to a PhD. So that is like books that you would read when you're pursuing a PhD. So then this says that education from Latin comes from the word educo, which simply means to educate is to draw out from within. So drawing out from within that which a person has. So then a man is educated who knows where to get knowledge when he needs it and how to organize that knowledge into a definite plan of action. So that is what education actually does. Principle toward riches number 5 is imagination. Right, so the workshop of the mind is imagination. Now we need to understand there are like two types of imagination, that is creative imagination and synthetic imagination. So what happens is creative imagination is you bringing up something that has never been seen. Synthetic imagination has to do with the improvement of whatever has been done, but just trying to improve what is already there. So every one of us has got a uniqueness that they can bring out to life when it comes to having imagination, because that is the workshop of the mind. And principle number 6, which is the last one I'm going to share in this review, is organized planning. So crystallization of desire into action is where organized planning comes in. So some of the things to do in order to achieve this is aligning yourself with the mastermind, and we're talking about auto-suggestion in your subconscious mind, and then dedicate yourself to the benefits of what you're going to get from your desires. Then the other thing to look at is actually arranging for meetings with people who have who are like-minded, just like you, and then maintain perfect harmony between yourself and everyone who is in your mastermind. So these are the 6 principles towards riches: a burning desire, faith, auto-suggestion, specialized knowledge, imagination, and organized planning. So until we meet in the next segment, I am checking out.